Welcome back to the Just Us 3 podcast.
Just you
Just me and the baby. Almost forgot. So,
Let's get into it.
this is the episode that we really wanted to share with everybody. The crazy birth story.
How this little nugget made his arrival. You wanna start?
No, I'll let you tell your side and then I'll tell my side. Or you want me to tell? No, I'll let you tell your side.
You can start with how I scared you 2 days prior running out of
work. Yeah. That's really kind of like my side.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, because I don't want to lead into, I want you to tell your experience first. So.
Okay. So on December 11th, 1990. No, okay, no problem. On December 11th, 23, of course, I called him.
Was it 11?
Yeah, when you rushed out of work, because I thought I was in labor at work.
Yeah.
I called him and I was in so much pain at work, and I was like, something feels off. Like, I can't really walk a whole lot without experiencing, which was Braxton Hicks contractions. Like I said, first pregnancy, this is all new to me. And I honestly thought I may have been in labor. I was in so much pain. And so I called him and we shot to Alexandria, and we went and I got checked by my OB. I was 1 centimeter dilated on December 11th. Hold on, let me look at a calendar. I want to make sure that I'm telling y'all this.
No, right. That was December 11th.
Are you sure?
No, it was the 12th. It was the 12th, because I remember I recorded the TikTok. I recorded a TikTok and said, we'll finish the TikTok when he gets here.
It was.
And the TikTok said.
It was the 11th. I got checked on Monday. Tuesday, I was in pain at work. Wednesday night, I went into labor. You posted it on the 12th. You said, we'll finish this when he gets here, and then you do edit it, right?
Yeah, because I do edit it and say he came 2 days later.
Yeah. Okay, so I got checked on that Monday.
I'm tripping.
I got checked on that Monday. My doctor 12. Sent me home. He was like, false alarm, but you are 1 centimeter dilated. So, once you're 2 centimeters, we can induce you, which the plan was to have an induction on December 28th, which is 2 weeks before my due date, which would have been December 28th. He had other plans. So Tuesday, I was just, really miserable. I was in a lot of pain. It was just like, he's so sleepy. He's fighting it.
Yeah.
It was just undescribable. And Wednesday, went the whole day at work. Mind you, Thursday, I had 2 more days left to work, and I was done. I was on maternity leave early. So Wednesday night, anyways, I feel like I'm beating around the bush, making the story longer than what it needs to be. I got home from work, and I was hurting, once again, and I called my doctor, and he said, take a warm bath, relax, put your feet up. You only have 2 more days of work, and you just need to rest.
It's crazy. You only had 2 more days of work.
Yeah, I lost my mucus plug.
Before you went on maternity leave.
I lost my mucus plug Wednesday night, and I showed him, and he was like, I don't know what that is. And I called my mom, and I was like, can I show you? And she was like, I don't know what that's going to look like. I was induced with y'all. And so I was like, oh, well, I mean, that's weird, 1, and gross, 2, to show somebody, but I was clueless. So you know me, I get on Google, and I ask TikTok. And TikTok tells me that I'm in labor. And so we called his mom, and she's like, you're going to have that baby tonight. You're going to have that baby tomorrow. And she's like, I'm going to get a phone call, and you're going to tell me that you had the baby. And we're like, no. I was like, I'm not having this baby no time soon. He does not want to come. And mind you, that was 7 p.m. Wednesday, 9 p.m. Wednesday. I lost the rest of my mucus plug. And y'all, when I tell you I was in pain all night long, I called labor and delivery at the hospital I was supposed to deliver at midnight, 2 a.m., and 3:30. And they told me each time, she said, if you're not contracting at the top of your abdomen and it doesn't feel like you're getting a Charlie horse, you're not in labor. So I was like, okay, she knows what she's talking about. I'm not in labor, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And all night long, I was literally laying right here. He was laying right here. And he's like, we slept in here because this is the only way that I could get semi-comfortable, was sleeping straight up, because I was so pregnant. And all night long, he kept telling me, let's go to the hospital. Let's go to the hospital. Something's not right. You shouldn't be in that much pain. What do you want me to do? And there was nothing he could do, nothing I could do to be comfortable. And all night long, I kept having to use the bathroom, but I couldn't like use the bathroom. And at 4 a.m., I woke him up and I was sitting right here, like right here on this ottoman, and I was screaming at him and I said, something's not right. I'm in too much pain. Like, and at this point, I'm freaking out. Like, I was punching stuff in our bathroom, y'all. I was pacing back and forth. I'm like beating on the wall. I'm asking God, like, please give me relief. What did I do to deserve this? And I went to our bedroom and I laid down for 15 minutes. There was 15 minutes of the only peace that I got this whole night. And I laid there and I did not move. I was not in any pain. Next thing you know, the contractions hit me. They were 2 minutes apart. Like, I mean, it was bad. Like, I would just sit there and not be in pain and just be like, oh my God, what is happening? And I'd be like, and it would just hit me again. Like,
So
what is going
dilating the
on?
whole
Why
time.
is this happening? Like, I didn't understand. And I came back in here to tell him that I needed him to like help me literally get dressed because I was in so much pain. I came to our front bathroom to use the bathroom, and all you heard was liquids hit the floor, y'all. And he was like, what was that? What hit the water? My water broke over the toilet. And I'm like holding myself, gathering myself, trying to get clothes on. And I put on a t-shirt, put on sweats, and we're running out the door. Like literally running out the door. And he just bought me a new car before Mir came. And we're outside and he's like, why are you going back in the house? I grabbed a blanket off the couch. I was like, the seats are white. I didn't grab my wallet. I didn't grab my keys. I didn't grab the car seat. I didn't grab anything. I grabbed a blanket and I said, the seats are white. I think you grabbed my wallet. You grabbed everything that I needed, like IDs and everything.
Yeah,
He
I
was
think
like,
I don't remember
he said,
honestly.
I'm going to get the car seat and I'm going to get the bags. I was like, forget that. Like, I'm in so much pain. Like,
Yeah,
forget that. We can get that later. And so we get to the hospital. I'm walking in the hospital. He drives me to the front, like to the door, so I don't have to walk.
the
And
ER side.
yeah, and he parked the car, and I'm waddling in. TMI, blood, amniotic fluid, like everywhere, trailing behind me. Like there's a puddle on the floor, and I walk in the
The
hospital,
smell.
and they're like, what's going on? And I was like, I'm about to have a baby right now. Like I'm about to have a baby, and they're like freaking out, and they're like, grab a wheelchair. Everybody's just looking around. The ER is dead. There's nobody in there. So like I was probably like the only fun or any patient that they got that night because there was nobody in the hospital.
Oh, yeah, no.
And
It was freaking 4 in the morning.
there's a lady that my mom knows. I forget her name. She comes running with a wheelchair. I meet her halfway because I'm like holding myself together, waddling
That's
to the
Matthew Pahina mama.
yeah. And she puts me in the wheelchair, and I'm on the phone with my mom the whole time, and she was on her way, and he comes running behind us. And the whole ride to the hospital, I would get like 5 seconds of relief, and I'd start contracting again. And my mom was like, Ariel, do you not realize your contractions are 2 minutes apart? Why did you not go to the hospital already? And I was like, I didn't know. They were literally 2 minutes apart, though. So we're running down the hallway, and I can like breathe for a second. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to push. And she starts running, y'all. I mean, full on sprint, like yelling at everybody to get the hell out of her way. We're getting the elevator, and I'm scared to death that when we get in the elevator, I'm going to have the baby in the elevator. And so finally, it's like the longest elevator ride of my life. We get up to labor and
Those
delivery.
elevators do take a while.
We get up to labor and delivery, and they're like, we need a room. We're in a janitor's closet where they check your vitals, draw your blood, get your weight. That's
Yeah,
that's
not
where
a literal
yeah,
janitor's
not
closet, but
literally,
it was
but
like,
it was a like pre-op room. Is that what they call it?
I guess
Triage.
so. I don't know.
But
It,
not no labor and delivery, but
yeah,
y'all,
no.
like it was crazy. There was no needles. There was no IV. There was nothing. My mom and my husband were helping them like draw blood and giving them all my information and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And
Hand me that needle.
so I get to the room and I'm like, can I please take my clothes off? Like I'm sweating. And I don't think I've ever gotten undressed so fast in my life. And when my clothes hit the floor, it's like you just heard my clothes plop on the floor. Like that's how like, yeah. And I lay down and I'm like, what is going on? What are we waiting on? Like, I need to push. She was like, I have to check you. Calm down, da 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 da. She's like, all right, you ready for me to you need to get the doctor in here. And I was like, what's going on? And I was like, can I have an epidural? She was like, you're 10 centimeters dilated. And I was like, what? And so finally he gets up there and he's like rubbing my head. And he's like, you okay? You all right? You all right? You need the epidural? You gonna be? And I said, we just locked eyes. And he said, are you gonna get the epidural? And I said, I'm 10 centimeters dilated. And his face just went, okay, you can do this. We got this.
Yeah, that
He was in
crazy.
shock. And so the doctor finally walks in and he's like, all right, putting his gloves on while he's slowly
Yeah, he
putting
was
his gloves
moving
on.
mad slow.
And I said, what are we waiting on? I need to push. He was like, go for it.
Yeah.
He didn't even catch the baby. Like,
Push.
Amir flew out and
I
I
don't
want
think
to,
he could catch him.
yeah, like literally one push. I pushed. I was like, push. He flew out. Like that was that. I think he hit the bed and the nurse was like, picked him up, like kind of barely showed him to me, and they took him. Like he
Yeah,
stayed in
as
the
soon as they picked
room.
him up, he grabbed that cord and got the.
Yeah,
I was like, ooh.
yeah. He stayed in the room. I didn't get to get like skin to skin. They didn't put him on my chest because he was a month early. So I know they were having to make sure everything was okay. He was good. He cried immediately, and like I mean, my baby flew out. He said, "It is time. I'm ready to make my appearance."
Mm-hmm.
And my little nugget came on December 14th. It was crazy. Like, talk about traumatic experience. Easy, breezy, beautiful. What is that? CoverGirl. That's a CoverGirl commercial. Easy, breezy, beautiful.
They say that.
Yeah, easy,
I thought it was
breezy.
like just CoverGirl.
CoverGirl. No, it's easy, breezy, beautiful. CoverGirl.
Oh,
Easy labor,
I didn't know that. I thought they
quick
just said
labor. I
CoverGirl.
mean,
It was quick.
I need to like backtrack a little bit. We left the house at 4:46.
This how fast he came.
He was delivered at 5:05. Yeah, that's how fast.
Yeah, everything happened so fast, bro. Like, so for me, it was. She already said that like 2 days prior, she called me. I'm running. I'm literally running from my job, like hauling to my car because I'm thinking she's about to give birth. And you sent me that picture. What's up, fat boy? You sent me that picture. You was using the restroom. I said he about to fall in that toilet.
I don't remember that.
You don't? That was when you was like, I'm in the bathroom hurting, and he was sitting low. I was like, he about to fall in that toilet. But I was running from my job, whatnot,
Ooh, good burpee.
made it to
Scared me.
Alex. She got checked. She was 1 centimeter dilated, whatnot.
You
And
scared me,
so
mommy Joe.
that night comes that we're laying on the day she gave birth. We're laying down. I'm asleep right here. And every now and then I will open my eyes and see her like wide awake. You was sitting like this.
Yo, I felt so bad because every hour, every 30 minutes, I'd be like, I'm hurting so bad, baby. He's like, what do you want me to do? Do you want to go to the hospital?
Realizing, bro, you was dilating the whole time. Or I think that's how that worked. I didn't know if you started dilating, you was dilating then, or if you started dilating after your water broke.
I think I was like slowly dilating, and when my water finally broke, I was at 10 centimeters already. It was time to give birth.
Well, yeah. So I was laying right here, and oh my gosh, it's crazy thinking about it. I was laying right here, and I would wake up every now and then and see her like rocking back and forth, and it was just like, dang, like she's in a lot of pain. Like
it was rough.
Like that, like me, I'm low key thinking like maybe it's like one night thing. You had the restless leg, all that. So I was like, it's just we just getting close to that time.
Yeah, it's what everybody kept telling us.
Yeah, we getting close to that time. Like January's not around the corner, but I mean it is around the corner. But it finally got to that point where she was like, look, we need to go. We need to go to the hospital. So mind you, if we would have left right there, we'd have been going to Elliot.
Oh, what, at 4 a.m.?
Yes, that's the crazy
part.
If I
wouldn't have went and laid down.
Because she was getting
high risk treatment like we
talked
before.
And at that one, that hospital is an hour away at that. So keep that in mind. If we would have left right then, when she was like, look, I'm hurting.
I don't know if we would have made it.
Yeah, no, actually, no. Let me just keep telling the story. So she's like, I'm hurting. Let me get up.
Hey.
I was like, all right, let me get up. So the first thing in my head is I'm like, all right, I always start the car. As soon as I got up, grab the keys, start the car. Just so it's warm in there. By the time we get in there, we can just go. So I'm walking back and forth and like I'm grabbing my pants and my shirt and shoes and socks and all that stuff. And I walk past the bathroom and I see her sitting there. And then I walk past the bathroom again, coming like towards my living room. And as soon as I walk past the bathroom, I look, she looked fine. And then I look away and I just hear something hit the water like everywhere, bro.
I think he thought that I delivered the baby in that moment.
Yeah, like it was crazy, bro.
It was loud.
And I was like, what was that? And we locked eyes and she was like, I think my water just broke. All hell broke loose in this house. I think I jumped in my pants, both feet. Like it was so crazy, bro.
I wish that we could like help you feel what we felt when we locked eyes. Like I just got chills whenever he said, when I said I think my water just broke. It was like, yeah. Oh, this is real. Yeah. Like, yeah, oh my God.
That's not a play baby in there. This is real.
Look at it.
But yeah, so like I jumped in my pants, jumped in my shirt. I'm thanking God that I had already like started the truck, and
y'all,
I'm grabbing stuff like I'm just frantically running, bro. And I don't know what to grab. So I know I had to grab wallets, keys, phones. I knew that off dump. So I'm like, dang, dude, like, do we need to get back? Like, if it was up to me,
he'd be packing the house.
Yeah, and I would have drove to Ellick, and she would have gave birth in the car if it was up to me.
Because we were so trusting in where I was giving birth.
Yeah. We really wanted to go there, but she was like, no, leave the bags and all that stuff. Somebody will come get them. Still not thinking at all. We get outside. She runs back in and gets that blanket. And we get in the truck, and she's like,
he asked me twice.
Yeah, I was like, where do we go? Of course, to a hospital, but I'm like, which one? Like the one that's an hour away, or the one right here in town, which we did not want to go to, but shout out them because they took care of me. Yeah, they did really good. We didn't think so, but they did really good. So no hate to them.
What are you laughing about?
But I was like, which one do we go to? And she was like, the one here. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm driving, and I'm nervous because I'm hitting bumps, and I'm like, bro, if I hit a mean bump, bro, he's going to hit the floor. Yeah.
What?
You were going to hit the floor, buddy. But so I had hit this one bump, and I slowed down, and he was like, bro, do not slow down. And I was like, oh, my bad. What? And I hit the gas, bro. We get there. So we pull up to the hospital. I run in, and they're like, okay, they take her, right? They take her. They're like, where's her wallet? Oh, yeah. I did grab the wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I had to run back outside, and I grabbed her wallet.
I just remember yelling, he can do that later. I'm about to have a baby.
Yeah. So, Pete, I'm about to tell you what happened on my side. Yeah. You laughing?
So hard.
I'm about to tell you what happened on my side when we got separated.
What, baby?
So that was like the scariest part when we got separated.
It was scary.
That was very
by
scary
myself.
For me.
Thank God, like we had kind of somewhat knew the nurse.
Yeah. So, I ran back to the car, got the wallet, and she was like, "Look, go ahead, go up there." So I think I booked it down that hallway. Like I'm
and
chin in the pocket.
Sorry, I don't mean to keep butting in. But like the whole ride to the hospital, my mom is talking to him, trying to keep me calm. She's like, breathe through it. Nigel, she all right? Because I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were in the car. I feel like I gotta push, bro. Oh my God.
Y'all.
I was like, oh my God, please don't push.
The stuff you see in movies, people giving birth, you're like, oh, that's not real. What?
That's real, bro.
What happened to me?
But mind you, I'm booking it down the hallway. Chin the pocket, bro. And
Tell him.
I'm hitting the elevator. I'm like, come on, bro. This elevator is so slow. And I called my mom. And I said, you were right. It's go time. She said, what are you talking about?
And she's hours away.
Yeah. She was like, okay, keep me updated. Let me know if y'all need anything. I'm like,
what, baby?
I thought he was laughing.
No.
I was about to say, he hasn't like made a full laugh
he
yet.
did.
Well,
last
he
night
has
for the first time.
In his sleep. That's the only time I've heard it.
Last night you went to go record him and he stopped.
Oh yeah. That's true.
He like actually giggled.
That's true. But so I call my mom. I get on the elevator. She's like, "Let me know if you need anything." I get on the elevator and I go up. I finally get to the floor. I don't see Ariel. I don't see no nurses at first. I didn't see nobody.
Me, huh? Did you hear me?
Yeah. I heard you because you were in that first room on the right. So I'm like, hello. And they come out. She was like, are you the baby daddy? And I was like, yeah, I'm the baby daddy.
My baby daddy.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, is she about to give birth? She was like, look, this woman gonna tell me. This bothered me though. I complied though because I didn't want to cause no issues or nothing.
I complied.
But
what?
That's a word.
No, what happened? You never told me this.
Yes, I did. So she comes out and she goes, look, we need you to go downstairs and finish the paperwork. And I'm like, she said, but if she's about to give birth right now, I'll come get you. So mind you, I'm like, first of all, why are you telling me this? I want to be in the room with her.
Right.
Like, why are you making me stay out here?
Right.
But I was like, all right. I just said, that's cool. That's cool. So I'm in the waiting area and I took this picture. And on the picture, I put Amir here, ? And then I look up and I look out the window and I see a white car and a black car on 2 wheels taking a turn into the hospital.
It was my mom and my sister.
I'm like, bro, they are floating.
Yeah, y'all. Which we don't live that far from the hospital, but whenever we left the house, my mom was like, when you get there, let me know what they say. I said, there's no waiting, Mom. Come now.
Bro, they were
I'm so glad she did. And the minute they let Nigel in the room, he said, I'm sorry. He said, let her mom up here. She wants her mom in here. Get her mom in here. He was very, like, he very much stood on 10 toes for us. And I was very grateful for that because I'm glad he was like, that paperwork can wait. And the only thing I wanted was my husband and my mom. Yeah.
So this is how I knew though. So after I looked up and seen them cars on 2 wheels floating in the parking lot, she came back out and she said, come on. I said, oh, ain't no paperwork. She must be getting ready to have this baby. So I walk in and I'm checking her. I'm like, you all right? We lock eyes. I say, you getting the epidural? We lock eyes and she go, I'm 10 centimeters dilated. I said, oh my gosh, it's too late. So she's breathing, and I know her mom is up there by that time. So I'm like, look, she wants her mom in the room. Please go get her mom. She wants her mom in the room. Please go get her. She's right outside the door. They yell, call the doctor and all that. He finally gets in there. He was like, if you feel like you need to push. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Mind you, before that, the nurses, like, they weren't ready. But they did a good job, even though they weren't ready. So I can't blame them for the things that happened. Because like we was having to pass them needles and stuff like that.
I mean, she said, we called you stop, drop, and go, baby.
Yeah, for like, we was like, here's napkins, stuff like that. And so Ariel, he's like, you feel like you need to push, bro.
One push, he flew.
Yeah, one push. I was looking, I heard her go, and I looked away, and I looked back, and he was on the bed. And he was crying, and I was crying, and you was crying. I didn't even look at your mama. I don't even know if she was crying. I was looking at him the whole time, and then I looked at you to make sure you were okay because I was really nervous because, like we said in our previous podcast, she was seeing a high risk doctor, and she had open heart surgery, and that really made me nervous because your your body pumps a lot of blood and all that, like to the baby, because there was a lot of blood on that table. And what is it, amniotic fluid? That
Mhm.
there was a lot of that on there.
He swallowed a lot of my amniotic fluid.
Amir,
Mm.
that's nasty.
But he swims in it.
I know that was just nasty, bro, because there was purple on the table. It was, bro. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. It's natural, but still.
You told me that there wasn't.
No, I didn't. I said there was. Your mama must have told you that. Yeah, so that's how he was born on my side. It was crazy. What saved us from going to Ellick, like if it was up to me, what saved us from going to Ellick was her water breaking. If your water didn't break, we would have went to Ellick.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't have. We would have turned our behinds around and would have been an ambulance somewhere coming back to Bernie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It happened too fast. 4:46. From 4:46 to 5:05, I made it to the hospital and pushed him out. That's only 21 minutes.
That's crazy,
right?
bro. I don't know.
45 to
5
is 15.
45 to 5:05.
Yeah, that's 21 minutes. No, that's 27 minutes.
Yeah. Because to 5 o'clock is 15.
Yeah, that's how fast it happened.
Minutes, yeah.
And immediately
20
after I
minutes.
gave birth,
25.
I don't know, he pushed something through my IV and he was like, "This should calm you down. You should." What?
Did it calm you down?
Absolutely not. My adrenaline was going and going and going. I didn't sleep for like 48 hours after he was born.
Oh yeah. You didn't sleep.
And I ain't been to sleep since.
You was like shivering. What was that called?
Labor shakes.
That kind of scared me. That had me nervous for a little bit.
But like no,
but I was just
nobody would get me
she's
warm.
cold.
Nobody would get me warm. Like I literally immediately gave birth and was like.
Well, they brought you 2 warm blankets. They brought you a warm blanket. Then we had to ask for another one.
And that thing, it was barely warm, but I think I was just that cold.
Yeah.
He had to actually come. My mom brought everything to the hospital. Thank God you had me pack his diaper bag that night. Like what are the odds we pack it? We end up giving birth that same night. But it was mostly packed. Like I had already packed our majority of our stuff because I was going on 36 weeks. And all my mom had to do was grab our suitcase because it was basically all in there, and like phone chargers, stuff like that. And
yeah, I think I had to come home for.
He had to come back to the house though
things.
because I didn't have none of my skincare. I didn't have my body wash, and he had to come get my heated blanket because I was that cold.
Yeah.
The labor shakes were crucial.
That was crazy, bro. That first night in the hospital was like, bruh.
And we stayed 4 nights.
Yeah, that first night was crazy because, I mean, of course, we're new parents, but I didn't realize that having a newborn, bro, they have to eat every 2 hours.
And he was preemie, so it was like, it couldn't be 2 hours and 1 minute. They came in there and made sure if he ate at 2, I was feeding him at 4.
When I say that was crazy, I was like, dude, I'm sleepy, bro.
Yeah. It was really because he was preemie. It would have been different if he was like 8 pounds. Yeah. He was barely half of that.
Yeah, we had to go to a schedule. Like, I stayed up till 2 a.m. and then
from 2 to
she
whatever.
slept. Well, she slept. I don't know what she was doing, eyes closed.
I was like this.
Yeah.
I never really went to sleep. I would rest my eyes for a second, but I never like went to sleep. The nurses would come in. He would just roll over.
Oh yeah. Dude, I was like, bro.
There was one night where one of the nurses came in and she looked at me and she said, "Have you been to bed yet? Like, have you been to sleep?" And I shook my head no, and I was like in tears, like, and I could go into this for a whole nother video, like the severeness of postpartum. Like, I'm telling you, it really took a toll on me. I was like crying and I couldn't tell you why I was crying. I mean, full-fledged boo-hooing. Like I didn't want to come home. And she looked at me and she said, "Okay, I'm going to take him and I'm going to go do his car seat check and I'm going to go do his weight. I'm going to draw some blood and I'm just going to take him for a little bit, okay?" And I was like, you don't have to. Like, it can wait. She was like, "You need to go to sleep."
She probably didn't do none of that. She
Yeah,
brought him in
I
that
don't, I
nursery.
don't know if she actually did, but I mean, of course they take care of him. That's their job. But I didn't want her to take him because I didn't want to feel like I'm not, like I can't take care of my baby. But when you're a mom, I mean, you have to take care of yourself to be able to take care of somebody else. Like
Uh,
I truly hadn't been to sleep, and she took him at 4, and she didn't bring him back till 8, and that was like the best 4 hours of sleep I'd ever got. And just postpartum it's so real, and it wasn't him at all. It was just like your emotions and your hormones are all over the place, and it's uncontrollable. And I didn't know why I was crying, but I was sad. I would just cry, and I don't know. It's a feeling that you can't really describe or explain unless you've
yeah.
been through it before.
I was just sleepy. Want to be the dad next time,
Yeah, I seen a meme. I think I said it in the last podcast. I want to have another baby, but I want to be the daddy this time. And then, like, I mean, he can't help it. He's a breastfed baby. Like, I can put
He
milk in
does
a
so much
bottle.
better now, though.
You can put milk in a bottle, and he can be fed out of a bottle, but he can't get the milk out of his chest. You know. He does do great now, though. He goes to his bed. His bedtime's like 8 or 9 o'clock. He'll go to sleep, and then he'll wake up at like 11 or 12, like 11 p.m. midnight, and after that, he's out till like 6 in the morning.
hmm He
Yeah,
does so much better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like bedtime's like 8 or 9, but his I hate to say his real bedtime is that late, but that's the last bottle he gets before he sleeps through the night. Is about 11 o'clock midnight. But I mean, me sleeping from midnight, I sleep from about midnight to 3 or 4 a.m. because I have to get up and pump. Because I can't, like, my chest is way too heavy to not get up and pump. Like so engorged, it hurts really bad. Um, I'll pump and then I'll make him a bottle, and then when he wakes up about an hour or two later, I'll either nurse him for a little bit, feed him the bottle, or I'll just feed him the bottle, and while he's eating, I'll pump again. But that's
Mm.
another journey too. If there's any moms that have questions, whatever
Oh
concerns,
yeah.
I taught myself how to breastfeed. That nobody in my family really went through it or did it, and I didn't have anybody to help me, so I just figured it out. My mom helped me, and we've been on the high road ever since.
Yeah.
I just learned stuff along the way, joined a breastfeeding group, and just been me and my mama learning everything. She was like, I ain't never did this, so I'm about to learn a few things myself.
That's crazy. Nobody breastfed?
And Stacy, but she strictly breastfed. She didn't pump like I do.
Oh,
But I'm an over producer, so
yeah. I have to put up a picture, show 'em. You have a
okay.
picture of the freezer or a
hmm
video?
Our deep freezer, our main freezer, and my mom's freezer, and his godmom's freezer is awful.
Yeah.
And he was only born 3 months
Yeah,
ago.
it's at a point now where when you pump, you
I've
just
I've dumped it. I've dumped it a few times down the drain. I know that, like, I by no means am being like I can do that, because it breaks my heart if I ever have to pour milk down the drain.
yeah.
But I truly have nowhere else to put it.
Yeah. Or
Or
in that
a lot of the
drawer
times
for
I
the
don't.
bath.
I try not to pour it down the drain. I would pour it in the 64-ounce jar I have, and he'll take a breast milk bath, or like we'll take a breast milk bath. So I've been
Hmm.
washing my face with it too. So
Well, all right. That's the birth story. Yeah. But make sure you tune into the next podcast for uh what is it,
yeah, we'll figure it out.
and getting into a routine for him and things like that. So see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching the Just Us Three podcast.
Just you
Just me
and
and
the
the baby.
baby.
We'll see you on
Peace.
the next one. Is he waking up?
Yeah. He likes to make his little self known during the
Yeah.
videos. He talked more than he ever has.